So I'm Vivian Milligan. I'm retired these days, but I've had a career in housing since the 1970s. I've been involved in developing community housing and Aboriginal housing and other forms of social and affordable housing in New South Wales. A long-term passion for all forms of innovative housing, and I'm currently involved with the Australian Community Land Trust Network, which is the new peak body for advocating for another form of housing, which this community is making a leading contribution, which is why I'm here. I think the most important message I heard today, it's been said a couple of times, is we've really got to do something differently. And the reason I think we've got to do something differently is not because we're in some sort of cyclical crisis around housing. We actually have a very long-term systemic problem. It's a structural problem, and it's been building, as Alan Cole has said, from my generation in the 70s. It's been accentuated by the things that happened in the 1980s and the 1990s around deregulation, and then by changes in tax and an attitude that housing should be wealth creation. I agree with that idea. And we've now got to the point where we are fundamentally excluding young people, renters, and many people whose lives have taken a different course to those who buy homes from decent housing and from a right to housing. So framing the debate as a right to housing, I think, is a very important first step. And if governments embrace that, that has to come to the fore then in all forms of policy making, whether it's policy making by governments themselves or by their institutions such as the Reserve Bank or the financial institutions. Everybody has to be thinking, what does a right to housing mean for the way we deliver and provide housing?